If you want the best return on the Treasury Department's inflation-protected I-bonds, you might want to get on it quickly. LendingTree senior industry analyst and DepositAccounts.com founder Ken Tuman predicts annualized I-bond yield will fall from 6.89% to 3.79% from the period from May to October. Yahoo Finance senior columnist Kerry Hannon joining us now. Nice to see you, Kerry. So why should people utilize I-bonds, and how do they compare to other safe investments?
Yeah, thanks, Dave. What is happening is I absolutely love I-bonds for a couple of reasons. They're government-backed. You're guaranteed to earn interest for a 30-year period. They're tied to inflation, so you're going to keep pace with inflation. And you're free of federal, of local and state taxes when you do redeem them, and sometimes federal taxes if you use them for higher education. This is a pretty good combination of sweeteners there. Now, it works. It's kind of interesting. They're very easy to buy. You go to Treasury Direct, and you can buy them in increments of $25. There's no fees. But how these work, Dave, is kind of, it's a little confusing. The rate is set by, there's a fixed rate and a variable rate. So the variable rate adjusts every 6 months, so in November and May. And what happens then is it's tied to the inflation rate, the consumer protection, so you're looking at these rates and you think from, the consumer price index, where are we going? So yes, inflation has dipped down. I mean, in the last year or so, there's been a party with these I-bonds. Everybody wanted that high rate because the other investments like your savings accounts and your CDs and your money markets were paying less than zero at times. No, I'm kidding, less than 1%. They were very, very low. Now these have started to come back up recently, and now we're seeing the bonds are going to adjust down. But why it's still a good time to buy, if you can buy them before May 1st. The interesting thing is that 6 months, your interest rate is guaranteed from the day you buy it for the next 6 months. So conceivably, you can hang on to that higher rate, that higher variable rate we discussed for the next 6 months, and then the lower rate will kick in for the next 6 months. But as Mr. Tuman told me when I spoke to him, that's not such a shabby return. You're still going to get around 5.34% if you buy by the end of April and you hold it even for a year. And that compares pretty much on par to what we're seeing with with the high yield savings accounts and also CDs and money market accounts right now.
So, Kerry, given all of that, I'm sure, though, that there are some drawbacks that everyone needs to be aware of when it comes to I-bonds. What are they?
Yeah, there definitely are. Not everyone's as big a fan as I might be about these. The two big things are you are limited to the amount you can buy. So $10,000 is in general the most you can buy every year. So for some people that's a turnoff. The second thing is you actually do need to hold them for an entire year. You can't cash in a year until a year is up. So that can be, if you don't want this for your emergency fund, right? And the third piece of it is that if you cash out before 5 years, then you lose 3 months of interest. So, that's why I said when Mr. Tuman ran that number for 5.34% for an annualized yield for a year, he was already factoring in that you were cashing out in a year under that 5-year limit. So he accommodated for that in his calculation. But I think people need to be aware of that.
All right, Kerry Hannon, great stuff. Thanks so much.